Celtics Talk podcast is presented by 24autogroup.com. 11 locations across New England.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
We're so back.
We are so back. The Celtics never left, apparently.
I don't know if we left either.
They did get better.
Celtics Postgame Pod back. Abby, back
Hi.
in the co-pilot seat.
Yes.
People were very...
For one night.
Yeah, I don't know how often I'll be over here, but we'll try to get you involved. You can always phone in.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Well, now
that you got that new fancy podcast studio,
so
yes.
you'd have to zoom in, like sometimes when you FaceTime me. And
Okay.
We'll get you in there.
That's what the champs do.
We are champs. As always, Al is behind the camera and already distracted me with banners and such.
Let's go on banner night. Let's see it.
All
Why
right, bring
not?
it in, bring it in.
Why wait?
Bring it in. Here, first, the mini version.
Ooh.
We got a little swag. If you're listening on the audio version, we're holding up a miniature flag. And now we are holding up what looks like the actual banner that went to the rafters. It is... all right, Al, I can't believe you're already in this podcast, but do you want to explain where you got this?
Hold on, he's got to come over
Yeah, you
here.
gotta come over here.
So, the camera guy, come over in front of the camera. What were you going to do?
Truly unbelievable.
That's from New England flags and banners. They make the banner that's actually hanging
In
up
Woburn.
there. In Woburn, that's the flag, but miniature version of what's hanging up in the rafters.
And I learned tonight that you can get your very own life-size banner that hangs in the rafters, only $2,500.
That's not bad.
No.
That's actually less than I thought it would be.
And the one that Al has, $100.
I'd actually, I'm not gonna say yes, but hey, if the company that made those is watching,
You have one in your basement, don't you?
I don't.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
Hanging in the background.
Scal's got one in the background.
That's what it
Yeah,
is. Okay.
Unfortunately,
I
he's got
see.
money, so we'll try to get him. Unbelievable new record for how fast the pod went off the rails. Celtics win 132-109 over the New York Knicks. I don't even want to talk about the game yet because we'll get there. What was your favorite part of the ring ceremony before the game?
I think it was Joe Mazzulla
Ooh.
kissing the parquet
And
as
what
he
did he
took
say?
the floor.
What did he say it tasted like?
Blood.
It doesn't even make sense.
It is. It's the blood, sweat, and tears of the opponents who they are going to destroy
They hadn't
this
even
season.
played any basketball on this court yet.
And did it matter?
Evidently not.
No.
My favorite part.
What was your favorite part? Yeah, sorry. That's how
no.
podcasts work, right?
I was waiting for you to
My fault.
just return serve.
It's
but
my first game.
It's preseason for some of us.
Yes.
I liked two things. I liked Jason Tatum getting on the mic, and that's a hard moment, right? Like you're emotional. You're starting to think about the game coming up. Eddie was saying that in 2008. Paul Pierce talked for 8 uninterrupted minutes.
That's what Scal told me.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to thank my sisters, brothers, dog. He was amazing.
He was
Thank
instrumental
you.
in the win. But Tatum handled it well, kind of took a moment to compose himself, and sort of set it up. He was like, hey, best fans in the world. Let's do this again. And then they go out there and play
That was pretty awesome.
like a team that looks like it's going to win the championship. My other favorite moment, and I got to go back and watch the tape because I couldn't tell from our angle, but so right after they all got their rings, they all they're like, now let's get the banner. And so everybody started rushing over. And Jaylen Brown went over to the circle of rings, grabbed the Larry O'Brien trophy. I'm glad someone thought of it. And I think he brought it over to Bob Cousy. And I just love that.
I didn't see that. Oh, wow.
They were clearly moved by all the legends that were in attendance. Coos chief among them. As a Worcester guy, I have a soft spot for anything involving Bob Cousy, and he's talked about this for a while, about this would be the one thing that could get him here at an advanced stage. And so I just thought it was super cool because what I think started to click to them tonight was that they're now part of that group. And no matter what happens from here, and they're probably still going to win another title and maybe more, but they'll be back here to do stuff like that. And I think that sort of crystallized, even if just for a second, oh my God, we're part of this now. And I don't know if even if winning one, until you see wow, that's us now. They are Celtics legends.
Well, and it was cemented by the passing of the torch from the 08 triumvirate of Ray Allen, who got a huge cheer from this crowd tonight.
Everybody, we've forgotten there was years of strife.
Any sort of beef. No beef. Zero Ray Allen beef. And KG and Paul Pierce wearing, I think, 30 chains on his neck.
Where did you get them?
I'm sure people
Al,
gave them to him.
we're going to send Al out to the streets next
Which
time.
Al, yes. I do want one of those. I haven't.
Al,
although don't
we have
buy
an order.
one, please. They cost a lot of money. Don't buy one.
Expense it.
Yeah. So it did feel, and that was unexpected. I didn't know that was coming. It was a literal passing of the Larry O'Brien trophy, and that was a very special moment as well.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I just loved everything. I thought they handled it very well. It was very pretty punctual. They didn't linger. It kind of moved, and then boom, we're on to basketball. And what do the Celtics do? Go out and set an NBA record for tie an NBA record for 3-pointers made. Hilariously, do not get to the finish line of the record.
Derrick White took full responsibility of that. He said it was him. He asked when they were at 26 what the record was.
Oh, no.
He let everyone know that they were one away, and then
he jinxed it.
We know what happened. Yes.
Man.
Jaylen Brown was very cognizant of that, and everyone in the locker room. Just, you do not upset the basketball gods like that. You just don't do it.
I fully expect that when they get together for film tomorrow, Joe Mazzulla is going to put on all 13 misses in a row and just be like, I just want to remind you guys that you're not as good as you think.
And this is what happens when you stop playing Celtics basketball.
Hilarious. I couldn't believe that everybody in the crowd eventually knew, too.
There was a chant. One more three. One more three.
At first I was like, what are they saying? Like I thought it was bleep the heat at one point. And then I was like, no. They're asking for one more three.
I know exactly.
Amazing that they were so aware of that and that they could not get to the finish line of it. Did you think any of those threes were going in?
No. There were some that were like a foot off the target, away from the basket.
Jordan Walsh was about.
I was going to say, I don't want to call out anyone.
I feel so bad.
But even Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser.
I mean, I kept saying, they need to send out a better 3-point lineup. And then I was like, wait, Hauser and Pritchard are out there. What are we doing?
No.
So, but look, if that's the worst thing that happens to you on banner night, then you had a pretty good night.
I think it's going to be okay.
I think we're going to be okay. They're just going to wait to break it on our air at some point, and it'll be awesome.
And Joe, at least to us, did not necessarily if he was upset about
he definitely walked in that locker room and was like, you bleeps are so lucky that we had the rings and everything tonight, because I would be so mad right now.
No, but he was proud of the way that they were able to take all of the emotions from the ring ceremony and look forward and actually play the game, incredibly well. Forsberg, the start that they had offensively.
One thing I will say, are we sure the Knicks are going to be good?
Who thinks they are?
Well, I kept hearing they made all these moves in the offseason. I do think they'll be marginally better than what we saw last year, but I think there's still a lot of question marks when you make two moves like that. Bridges had a terrible first half, kind of a lot of empty calorie scoring when they were up 30 or down 30, and Cat still has to figure it out. Jaylen Brunson's still pretty good.
Good.
And I think they're one of the better teams in the East. There was this notion of they've narrowed the gap with the Boston Celtics, and I think tonight proved on a night that they should have been a little susceptible. Celtics still went Now that's me slapping the air in front of me if you're listening on the podcast.
I would like to take this moment while I can to say that if anyone listened to the preseason pod, that was my bold prediction.
That's right.
That the Celtics would continue to dominate the East. So at this moment, I will take that. I will say that I
enjoy that there's an immediate victory lap being taken.
Well, I might never get this chance again. Although I think I will, or else my prediction would be bad. But take the small wins when you can get them, Forsberg.
Small wins, Jason Tatum, Fruit Snack Company.
I'm grateful for this opportunity. So I also will say, though, that the Knicks, dealing with some injuries, have not had a lot of time to get together. Mikal Bridges, still working on some stuff.
Celtics are still that much better than the rest of the league. That's my big takeaway.
I agree.
That it's going to be really hard to do this podcast 82 times because they might just obliterate teams. And look, they'll have nights where I'll come on here and I'll be upset because they don't play to that level. But it's just a little reminder of how good they can be.
And that is my one frustration from this evening, is that I asked both Drew Holiday and Derrick White what kind of message a dominating win like this on opening night sends to the rest of the league about the Celtics and their quest for banner number 19. Both said it's just one game. Which they're right.
They've been taught well.
I know.
No
I know.
motivation.
Too well.
No nothing. Are you ready to come up with there might be some lopsided games where you just got to manufacture some content.
There's
only so much Drew and Scott can talk.
The way that Jason and Jaylen went into the lab this summer and came out better.
Can we talk about Jason Tatum real quick?
I expect that from us, is what I'm going to say. We're going to have to start mining for content.
Jason Tatum, 14 of 18 shooting, 8 of 11 from beyond the three-point arc. 37 points, 10 assists, a steal, a block, 4 rebounds, plus 26.
Electric.
Kind of
MVP chance. Received MVP chance at the free throw line.
So while I still don't think the shot is a lot different, it's clear he's gained some confidence. And whatever was in his head over the playoffs, whatever obviously lingered through the playoffs, through Team USA, maybe just the madness at Steve Kerr was enough to fuel him to this great start.
But I think that takes credit away from Jason.
Fair.
This is in Jason. This was in Jason last season. And yes, he has improved over the summer, but I think that this is Jason being Jason and what we have come to expect from him.
I mean, that's just it. I expected him
from all over the floor
100%.
too, above the break, from the corner.
What was the one we were laughing at where he literally taunted a guy and then just he could have pulled up right away, then he waited, then he was like, "Nah, I'm still going to just shoot it right over you." And I was like, "My God, he's just toying with people out there."
Also the footwork in the lane, the spin move.
Add the assist, getting everybody else involved. Him and Derrick White lineups were fantastic. I mean, him and everybody lineups were great, but
It merely made me think about the one season that Ime Udoka was here, and early on he said, I think Jason Tatum is capable of averaging a triple-double. And it feels like Jason is just starting to come into his own in that respect.
I also like that he could have started chasing numbers, trying to get those rebounds or wanting to stay in for a 40-point game. And he got midway through the early fourth quarter, and they were just like, let the other guys, let them have their fun. Let the young guys eat.
Let them cook.
But how do you, I guess we'll end on this. Maybe this is its own podcast. How do you beat the Celtics?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Okay,
and one that I would like to give truth serum to Joe Mazzulla. See how he would scheme against his own team.
He would try to win the math battle. He would say, you got to shoot 1,000,000 threes. It's like what we thought when Dallas went down in the postseason. There was they got to chalk and hope that the Celtics go cold and they get hot. And that's probably
the best part about the Celtics is not only are they chucking up threes, but moving the ball to go from a good to a great shot, and then doing all the little things too, and following up those shots, grabbing those long rebounds, and the second chance points tonight. So
only 3 turnovers, I believe.
Four turnovers
sorry.
to 33 assists.
Damn.
Forsberg. Yes.
Larry Bird assists.
I don't know how someone in the league beats this team.
You got anything else from this game? Anything else fun that you observed? I'm trying to think if there was celebrities at the game.
The ring boxes. So not only are the rings amazing and massive, the ring boxes are electric. So you push a little button and they pop open, and then I don't know if they spin. I don't know if there's just a light that shines down on them.
Do you know when you get your ring?
No, I don't. And Scout was talking about this during the game. Do you think that those rings, because there are levels to this, so do you think? Well,
yours better have the pop top.
I think Scal's level is going to be higher than mine. And do you think there will be any sort of individualization?
That's what I'm fascinated. I don't think there will be. I think once you get past the players, it's all right, cool. Hey, thanks for your contribution. But Scal is convinced that there'll be 44 markings and Scalabrini in cursive. I don't know what he's expecting, but
Scal's maybe. I don't think mine will.
We might have a slight side bet on this, so we'll see. I might end up on your.
What is that? Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it. What is the payoff?
He wanted the loser had to sing a silly song or something like that, and I said that's kind of lame. So,
I vote boy band.
Well, it's okay. That might have pulled me back in. I could have done. I want it that way, but. I said just pick a stupid Instagram trend and someone has to do a video. So you and Kayla have to decide what's the.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay, I like this kind of power.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, now you're in.
Okay.
Make sure if
I'm on board.
Make sure you say that your ring has no customization to it. I need all the help I can get. Al, you got anything else? Where's your ring? Did you see he got a ring?
He got a ring? A replica?
Watch this. Bring it out.
Oh.
So not only
JT.
So this is the first pregame that I haven't been outside for the start of the program in however many Garden games I've been here, and there was someone going around giving away Jason Tatum rings with 0 Tatum 2024 and JT logo on the front, little Air Jordan logo on the side.
That thing's heavy.
I got no rings.
I mean, it's nice, but it's not comparable to the rings the Celtics handed out tonight from Jason of Beverly Hills.
Beggars can't be choosers. So, here's the rest of our postgame pod.
Welcome, everyone, to Celtics Postgame Plus. We got the whole crew here continuing the night. Michael Hawley, Drew Carter, Chris Forsberg to keep this thing going. When we look at the preseason, right, and you saw all the threes that they were able to attempt, and then here tonight, Michael, they attempt 61 threes. They almost break the record. They tie it, but not a bad start to get this thing rolling.
Nights like this, you either taste blood or smell blood.
What was that? They haven't even played a game on the floor yet. How does it taste like blood
already? It's just a Joe Mazzulla answer.
It tastes like
we're all going to be dead soon.
Why?
So.
Why? First of all,
so we're not going
we got to talk about the staff. We're like, what's going on with the staff? The parquet tastes like
Where
blood.
are the mop guys?
A game, exactly. Yeah. What's going on? But like these games, in all seriousness, these nights can be difficult. It's unpredictable. You come out, you get the rings, the commissioner is here, you got KG and the legends here, Bob Cousy, and the banner ceremony. It's very emotional. So you could come out and be flat and may take a quarter to get into it, or you do what the Celtics did tonight, which was just take it personally and annihilate. They annihilated the Knicks. And if they're going to play like this, or even at 20% of this level, Forsberg, it's Drew, it's not going to happen.
Can we talk?
It's going to be no competition.
Can we talk about the misses though? Like
why are you starting like that?
Because
let me hear them.
Start at the end with the misses. That's so
because
negative.
it's so hilarious to me that they can miss 13 3-pointers in a row to finish a game and still shoot 46.5% beyond the 3-point arc. If the Celtics do anything, as you just said, do anything close to this during the season, good luck. I don't know how you beat this team. If Jason Tatum's shooting like that, cross your fingers. Like hopes. I don't know what the game plan is to beat that because they're just that good when they're shooting the 3-pointer like that. But it was hilarious that the crowd is chanting one more three.
Because now it's in your head. Now you're overthinking it. You're like, no, you go. You see Pritchard shooting it, Sam shooting it.
Jordan Walsh was like 12 feet short.
Oh, I thought for sure that one was going in too. With how much better he looked in the preseason. How many times has a team won by 1 million and been booed by their fans at the end of the game? Because the fans are like, you got to shoot it. You got to shoot it at the end. I thought Walsh was going to make it. Then I thought Tillman was going to make it, which we're seeing here. That would have been perfect.
No, you didn't.
I stepped back three. Come on now.
You did not think they were.
If Tillman had a step back three,
but then
that would have counted.
I really thought that Pritchard was going to shoot it at the end.
Did you see his face? He was like looking at it like, how mad would Joe be?
He's like a kid looking over at his parent like, can I take this right now? Like, am I going to get in timeout? What you said, Forsberg, is so perfect because I was doing the same thing. I was like, they keep missing these. Their percentage is not going to look very good. Oh, it's going to be below 50%. 50%. They were around 60 for most of the game, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, 47% they finished. Not bad for those misses.
Yeah, let's just do that every game, and we'll take that, I think.
And a lot of teams just can't play like this. I know we talk a lot about the 3-point shots, and, look how many threes the Celtics put up, and you won't be able, is it sustainable? They can't keep this percentage. You're not going to shoot 46.5% from 3-point range most of the time. Well, not quite.
But shoot better.
But it's not even about that. It's just about the way they play. It is ingrained. That's their default mode. And a lot of teams who have good 3-point shooters can't necessarily play this style of game.
And they did it against the Knicks. It's not just any team. And you're opening up this season against the Knicks. All right, one guy that we all want to hear from is Jaylen Brown, who's standing by at the podium.
Jaylen, just on your night tonight, reflecting on what you saw out there, where Celtics legends from the past were out there and the fans and everything. Did that give you that extra jump right off the start?
Yeah, man, what an incredible night. Just the aura in the arena was amazing. Having the legendary Celtics just in the building, Bob Cousy, KG, Paul, Cedric Maxwell, all of the guys who have won, and it's almost like they were like passing the torch. I was fighting them back. But started the game. It was amazing. This is what we set out the journey to do. This is what my rookie year when I got drafted. This is what, I said I would do. I would go to war for the city, and it's great to watch that banner get raised.
Jaylen, what part of the ceremony hit the most? The ring, the banner, the video. What kind of hit you the most?
I think right before they called out the Celtic legends, before they introduced them, it was just like at that time it was like it was just settling in. Me, JT, and Al were just standing together, and I could feel it. Before I was when we won at the first time, I was in shock. But, today, all the emotions kind of settled in. Like, nah, we did it. We did something spectacular, regardless of what everybody got to say. Like, my name alongside my teammates is going to be etched down in Celtic history, which is one of the biggest franchises in not just basketball and sports. You can never take that from nobody that was on that team last year. So, man, that's special.
You guys tied an NBA record with 29 three-point makes.
Yeah, man.
What went into all the looks you were able to create? And then at the end, I think you were the first one to miss one with a chance to go ahead. Did you know that could have broken the record?
I didn't know, but it was almost like we got jinxed or something. It was like when we were just playing, having fun, playing our style of basketball, everything was going in. And then once the crowd got into it and we started hunting them, like we couldn't even hit the bright side of the barn. Like everything was off. We got a bunch of great looks, and it was like a lid on the basket. So that just shows like we're not a team that's hunting threes. We play the game and we do what we're supposed to do. But I think towards the end it was tough because we wasn't playing the way we had normally played, but we still had a bunch of great looks.
Jaylen, when Wick handed you that ring, you looked down, you looked very pleased. Just what was your impression when you first saw it?
Yeah, that ring is just an object, right? But it's everything, the emotions, the heartbreak, the embarrassment, the work, the drive, the dedication. Like that's what that ring represents, you know what I mean? All of that is like what you feel when you hold something up, So for me, that's what was going through my mind. And it was an amazing feeling.
Jaylen, I would hazard everyone in this room spent their summer writing. Jaylen and Jason, they're going to approach the game different. The weight's going to be off their shoulder. It's going to be a different version of these guys. Now that, we're back, did you feel like something had shifted? Did you, pardon the pun, did you feel like there was something new in your game?
I'm excited. Yeah, we got the journey started. First game, a lot of emotions, but it's a long season. It's a battle of consistency. One game is just one game. We fight to win. It was great to get the opening night, but I'm excited to be there for my team in those moments where it's tough, those moments where we're not shooting the ball well, those moments where everything is not going our way. I'm looking for those moments.
Jaylen, how do you go from the emotions, the ring ceremony, the banner raising going up, and then switching over to the game, and you guys dominated. You were up 20 in the first quarter. How did that help you focus? Did you have to work to refocus? How did that?
I can't speak for everybody. Everybody's on the team had their own but as a group I thought we were pretty focused, and I felt I was locked in. I wanted to start early on the defensive side, just try to wear on them, picking up JB full court, just trying to make it tough for him, trying to impact the game in different ways. So I was pretty locked in.
Thank you, Jaylen.
Thank you.
Derrick, what was it like? What was going through your mind during the whole ring ceremony, and what are the emotions?
It was amazing. Kind of just stopped to warm up and just watching the video, and just as the years have gone on, and seeing just the growth and everything, just for that moment that we had last year. It was amazing. I was like, I might need to take this jacket off. It's getting hot in here. It was great.
How easy was it then to flip the switch back to basketball? It seemed pretty easy for you guys.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think the first time out, I kind of just looked at JT as like, man, it's just basketball, huh? And so that moment, just kind of going out there and competing. Joe's been emphasizing how much this game means, and we were prepared.
You guys had 53s a game during the preseason, 60 tonight. How are you generating even more than you shot last year? And is that something you guys wanted to do going into this year?
Just continue to make the right read, right play. Obviously, when we got it going, you're going to shoot more, but just trying to make the right play, the right read every time down, and I think we did a good job with that.
You guys gone pretty good at limiting the other team's three-point attempts too. What are some things you guys do that is able to limit, how many of the other teams able to get up?
I mean, just a lot of individual pride. Obviously, we switch a lot, and then just individual pride from that point.
When did you guys know about the record, how close you were?
I asked around like 26 what it was, and someone told me. And then when we were tied, I was like, oh, we were one away from the record. I shouldn't have said anything. It's kind of like a no-hitter, huh? I blame myself for that one.
You told the guys?
Do you want to go back in, get the job by yourself?
I had all the faith in the world in those guys, and they got unbelievable looks, but the basketball god said no today. It's all right.
What do you think of the rings? Could they be any bigger?
I don't think so. Unbelievable. Just all the details and all the work that they put in. So shout out to everybody that was part of the design, and Jason and Beverly Hills for making it.
What kind of message?
All right, that's D. White, who had 6 of the 29 made threes here tonight. We all thought the banner raising was going to be the most exciting part, but we're still setting records here. The Celtics tying NBA record with 29 three-point field goals, 12th team in NBA history. They had 33-plus assists and 4 or fewer turnovers. And then this one, 132 points, are the 4th most in the season opener in team history. Not a bad start, y'all. Not a bad start.
Giles, Eddie, and Scal joined now by Sam Hauser after the Celtics get the commanding win here on opening night. Sam, what was it like tonight? You guys go through the ring ceremony, the banner, and then to go out there and just kind of win emphatically over a Knicks team that obviously wants to be chasing you down.
Yeah, it was a pretty special night, just to put the cherry on top of everything from last year. And honestly, I was just kind of excited to put it in the past and then to just worry about what we had ahead of us this year. And tonight was the start of that, and we had a good first game, but we got 81 more.
Sam, this game, you guys came out and you really moved the ball well. And how much emphasis is put on ball movement, taking the right threes, which you guys took 61 today, but also taking care of the ball, only 3 turnovers. Do you feel like it's different to start this season than it was to start last season?
Yeah, I mean, that's been a point of emphasis, this season for sure, is just finding the right shot, getting good to great shots. It doesn't really matter who's scoring as long as we're getting the right shot. That's kind of been our mindset. And we did a really good job of that tonight, and hopefully we can carry that over for the rest of the week.
At what point did you guys know that you guys had an opportunity to break the 3-point record? Because I know y'all knew.
Well, I mean, the whole crowd was chanting, 1 more 3. I mean, they're chanting at us, and then we tried our best, man. We missed like 15 in a row, but we were taking great shots. Ball was moving, finding the right guy. We just couldn't get it to go. So sorry about that, Boston.
They were into it, too. I mean, it's like a 30-point game. Everyone was on the edge of their seat because everyone knew what was happening that was in the crowd.
And what's messed up, Sam, you missed 3 of them in that 4th. You had some good looks. I'm thinking like, oh, he finna knock it down for sure.
Man, we got booed on ring night, up 30. How about that?
Well, that's got to be a first. That's got to be a first. How much easier is your life when you're looking at the way that Tatum and Jaylen Brown are playing, or not necessarily just those two, but they are the stars of the team, and this is a way that they command so much attention and move the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for guys like me who can just kind of space the floor and be a culprit of them drawing a lot of attention, and it's just our job to make the most of when we get the ball and those wide open opportunities when they're drawing 2 or drawing 3 guys and kicking out. So it's really easy to play with them, give them their space, and the ball will probably find you because your guy's probably going to help. So those guys are so good that it draws so much attention, and it makes it really easy for all of us.
Scal asked you about the attention to detail as far as like, passing, making sure you get the open guy, take the right threes. How much emphasis is on you guys' spacing? Because I thought tonight, I've not seen a team in the first game of a season have such great spacing like you guys had. You guys basically, there were so many threes you guys took tonight that were uncontested or way late, super late contest. How much emphasis is put on you guys' spacing?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. We talk about respecting each other's space, and that's where ball movement starts, is getting to the right spots, running the floor and getting there quickly so we can get into offense quick as well. So, we talk a lot about it, and it showed tonight, and we definitely put a lot of work into it.
All right, Sam, congrats on the win tonight here on opening night. You guys play again Thursday, so good luck there, and thanks for taking the time to join us.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
All right, Abby, let's spin it ahead very briefly because I don't know what we're going to possibly say about Celtics Wizards.
I do know that I haven't packed yet. I have not mentally wrapped my mind around the fact that the Celtics are gone for. I think we come home for about 3 days in the next couple of weeks.
Are you ready? You ready? Have you put in your?
No, I have not put any thought. I have not. My suitcase is still downstairs in the basement, buried in a closet. So.
I'd love to say I was better, but when we went to Abu Dhabi, I literally that morning I was like, I should put together a little carry-on bag. And off we went, so you'll be fine.
This is a good way to start opening night, wrap my mind around everything, and then now the trouble is the Celtics go on to phase 2 of arguably the worst teams, not only in the East, but in the NBA, going from Washington and then to Detroit.
And I believe it was Jaylen Brown who said on our little Media Day live stream, he's like, there's going to be nights where we play teams like the Pistons, and we're just going to let Sam Hauser cook and Peyton Pritchard jack 3. So
Washington was the place where Sam Hauser 10 threes? Close to 10 threes. What was it?
I think it was 10.
It was 10, right? And the record was 12.
So here's the thing. If the Celtics are just going to break 3-point records every night.
Let's do this. Let's do it early.
This is what it has to be. Sam, I won't even say bounces back, but has a better night. Scores a million threes.
Builds confidence going into the season, and then who knows what happens in Detroit.
All right.
Something to look forward to.
We'll be back here. I'll be back here. Abby will probably be on a plane by the time
in Washington.
Yeah. Well, where do you go after?
That's
Detroit.
true.
Detroit. Yeah. So, go like, subscribe, check us out on the YouTube page. We'll catch you next time on the Celtics Talk Podcast.